I think that I'm most impressed with the results relative to the effort. So it's a volunteer operation, compared to some of these big ones like Heal the Bay, much smaller operation, but the results that come out of ODA compared to anybody else, I mean, there's nothing that can touch the results. I'm Geoff Walsh, and I've been a volunteer since about 2018. I met Kim on the B-29 wreck dive, and she told me about ODA. And as soon as I got back, I did the volunteer app. I, copied her. And then when the boat started going out again, after it was getting re-engined, I've been on the boat and been volunteering ever since. The fact that we pulled some abandoned traps out, it's extremely satisfying, and you realize that, we didn't fix the entire ocean, but today we potentially saved, tens to hundreds of lobsters over time, or other marine animals that would have gotten caught in the abandoned traps and died. When I started, we found a lot more traps abandoned than we do these days. And I think that, we're just as effective or more effective in our techniques since I've been doing this, because we're constantly improving how we do things. But, a lot of the traps that were there before we started doing this, we've been cleaning up those, plus the other traps ever since. And I think, it's making a difference. There was one day we went out and we came across a couple of abandoned lobster traps that were tied together. This was after lobster season had ended, and between the two of those traps, there were probably at least 60 live lobsters. The traps were buried too much to get up to the surface and release the lobsters, so we went back in, we got some bolt cutters. I'd marked the spot, we came back, we went down, we cut the lid off, and these lobsters were so used to living in here, it was hard to get them out of their new little home. But eventually we managed to get all of them out, and hopefully we saved at least 60 lobsters and potentially more. Of all the organizations I've seen, and before I started volunteering with ODA, I looked at several others in the Southern California area, and I think that, what goes into ODA as far as donations, more of it is used for doing the actual work than the administrative overhead, fundraisers. This is a volunteer organization, and people are out here working on their own time with their own materials. So donations pretty much go for, fuel for the boat, maintenance, and supplies like lift bags that we use to raise the lobster traps.